You think you can defeat me? Japanese language? Don't make me laugh.
I will defeat you, Japanese language. I'm armed with the method. I've got my pen, my pencil, my paper, my wits, my strength, my resolve. And with all of these things, I will take you down, Japanese language. I will learn you and I will use you. What? That's right, I've got the method. He's using the method against me. He's putting in new characters as he studies the old. That's right. Take that, Japanese. They said I couldn't, but here I am. Learning you. Right now. And I'm gonna keep studying. Take that, scumbag. Oh, my camera's broken. Shit. Welcome back to the ASMR Japanese language learning experience. Hope you all had yourselves a lovely little new year there. You enjoy yourself. Stay out of trouble. Keeping your spirits high. Well, we're gonna continue keeping your spirits high here today. Anyway, let's why don't we just jump right on into it? Why don't we just jump on in? Hey, remember this? It's review time. It's been a full-on day since we've done this, and I hope you have taken that opportunity to go back and write all the characters again. Just like we said to do. Did you do that? If not, here's your chance right now at the start of this video, the top of the morning or the evening for you, wherever you are. We're going to go ahead and start with the usual. Just go ahead, open your notebook up, start punching them out. A, I, U, E, O, Ka, Ki, Ku, Ke, Ko. Boom, 2 rows just like that. Could you do it that fast? Maybe. If you couldn't, that's no problem, you're still starting out. Where do we go from there? Sa, Shi, Su, Se, and your favorite, So. Alright? Take it easy. Take a breath if you need to. Keep going. Ta, Chi, Tsu, Te, To, with a huge toenail. Don't do that. Why do you keep doing that? To. Alright? Hit it up with some more. Speaking of which, this is the next... I need to know is next, right? Yeah. What am I supposed to be, the teacher here? Na. Ni. And take your time with this one, remember this? The ball of yarn, aka Nu, and its brother, Ne, and then back to the easiness with No. Alright? And then last time, you'll remember, we went over Ha, Hi, Hu, He, Ho. Right? Well, that wraps up the review. Did you do it? Did you do all of these? Did you just review all of these? Because that's what this was all about. Please be doing that correctly. Thank you. So with that said, let's move on to column 7, or in your case, day 7, depending on how you're doing this. If you're doing this one column at a time, this is day 7. If you're not, God, I hate math. This would have been 1 day, 2, 3. This is your 4th day if you're doing 2 columns at a time. All right. And remember when I said, don't you dare do more than 2 columns a day. If you do, I don't even know what I'm going to do. Don't make me think about it. And what are we going to do today? Well, we're going to start off with Mami Mume mo, Kartophocles' favorite set of pronunciations. As he likes to let us know, we're going to do Mami Mume mo. And then you're going to notice we're going to go over here to the 8th column. We've only got 3 characters. And you're going to think, ooh, freebie today. I don't have to do as much studying. I'm going to replace those with 2 kanji. So, you know what? Relax. Take it easy. We're gonna still fill you up today. You gotta keep your brain exercised. You don't want it getting atrophied. Okay? So let's start it off right with ma. Now remember, public service announcement, we can go back here and check the stroke order, and you better be doing that. You better be following my stroke order or this stroke order or somewhere. Something. Just do it. Alright, you're gonna notice we got 1, 2, 3. It's nice and easy, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3. Ma. 1, 2, 3. Ma. What did I tell you? This is right? So if you just add the letter M to it, it's ma. It will never be anything else. Some people just don't get it. There's only 5 vowels. A, I, U, E, O. Don't forget it. Next up, we've got a jumbled mess because I clicked 2 at once. There we go. Me. Okay? This is not difficult. Go back here if you have to. 1, 2. Alright? 1, 2. Me. 1, 2. Me. Very good, very good. Next up, we've got moo. Oh, what is going on here? It looks like you got a circle there and a little teapot. He's holding the teapot lid out. Relax, it's all gonna be clear when I show you this. 1. Now take this slow. Watch what I'm doing here. 2. 3. Moo. Okay? Oh my god, did you do that right? Yes, you did. Thank God. We still don't look like an idiot yet. 1, 2, 3. Moo. Oh, look, theirs is a little bit more plump. It's got a little bit of a plump rump. That's fine. This one's a little bit more hard and chiseled. That's fine too. And this one's nice and curvaceous. Any of them are legible. Don't worry about it. Just make it look like this. Make it happen, alright? Thank you. Me. Uh-oh, this one looks really similar to another character that we just did. Remember which one that was? Let's pop it open here. There it is. And let's move it over. This is nu. This is me. They're completely different sounds, but you'll notice that the difference between them, this one has the little loop-de-loop roller coaster and this one does not. Be careful. Nu has the loop. Me does not. That's the only difference. And you will write this down and you'll come back later and you'll try to think to yourself, wait, how did that, which one was which? And your mind will get all befuddled and fuzzy. I know that happens. It happened to me when I started. It happens to everyone. So take a breath, go and look at the chart again. Just know that you're gonna have to look at the chart multiple times for these. These are not gonna come as easily as the rest of them. That's just a fact of learning Japanese, okay? And it's one that you'll get through. I promise you that. It's gonna be fine. So let's go ahead and do this. Me. And it starts the same way that the other character started. So we just go 1, 2, me. 1, 2, me. It's that easy. You can check here too if you want. 1, 2, boom, done it. And the last one for this set, mo. It's an easy one, guys. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Mo. 1, 2, 3. Mo. That was mo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Boom. We did it. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Done. And the 8th column. Look at that. We're so close to finishing hiragana and then just going over these little extra parts here, the little pepperonis on the pizza. We'll do that. We'll get to that. Don't worry. I still remember. But first, let's move on to this column here. Ya, you, yo. Now, you might be asking, what happened to, was there ever a ye? Was there ever a ye? There was, and we don't use them anymore, so don't even... We just canceled them completely. They're just gone. Don't look them up. Don't you dare. I don't want you looking those up and learning how to do them. Just stop it. Because I don't want you writing them, because we don't use them anymore. And until you are fluent in all of this and well into kanji, I wouldn't even recommend you think about them. So just remove them. Remove them from the noggin. Let's go. Yeah. Check it. Right here. 1, 2, 3. This one's a little out of order again, like most of them. Like intuitively wise, because most of them don't start this way, but 1, little dash, 3. Little dash is 2, apparently. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And you'll notice on this font, it's a little bit more calligraphy looking. That's fine. If you're just doing your regular quick old handwriting, you can just do a little dash like that. That's fine too. Don't worry about it. And that is ya. Now, before we move on, just a quick note. This is often used when you're listing out multiple things. Cats, comma, dogs, comma, iguanas. Now in English, we could list them out like this, but we could also throw in the word and here, right? And I don't want to talk about the Oxford comma. I use the Oxford comma and you should too, but this is not an English language learning stream. The point is, ya, basically, well, don't do that, is, how did that happen? Illustrator, please. Is the and in a list. It's not and in any situation. It's and when you're doing a list of things. So you could say cats, dogs, ya, iguanas. If we were throwing Japanese into English all of a sudden. Neko, inu, ya, iguana. Is that what it is? Hold on. Probably. They like to do that. I knew it. It's one of those loan words. Iguana. Okay? There might be an actual Japanese word for it, but they don't use it. No, most people just use this, iguana. Like most cases where loan words are thrown in. Anyway, we're off on a tangent. The point is, this is ya. Okay? Get rid of this. Thank you, thank you. Boom, 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 boom. Moving on. You. Check it. Please check it before we wreck it. 1, 2. Okay, this one's nice and easy. It does follow the typical stroke order. 1, 2. You. That's a terrible you, Valen. What are you doing? This is usually a fun and easy one to write. You. And another little side note there for you little extra credit jockeys. If we go over here and go over to the dictionary and just type in you, you're going to see what pops up here is it does have a kanji, and it is hot water, hot baths, hot springs, molten iron also, apparently. Yeah, that's not a common usage of this. It's number 3. Whenever you get down to number 3 and 4, that's like, those are the fringe cases. Don't worry about them. Anyway, you are going to see you a lot at onsen. Matter of fact, I'm going to do something very dangerous and live search images Google right now on stream. As a matter of fact, hold on a second. Why don't you take a look at this while I do this? Just in case. Alright, it's fine. I knew it would be fine. Come on. All I did was search you. Onsen. Onsen is, of course, hot springs. You will find the character you. And sometimes a little mark like this as well. To denote onsen, hot springs. When you go to an onsen, you will see this character written everywhere. That's because it just means hot water. It just means hot springs. And that's why you see this character whenever you see hot springs. And these are good examples of that. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a little treat there, a little nugget of knowledge. So that was you. And we're going to move on now to the last one in column 8. Yo. Always check. Dash first and then the long stroke, okay? 1, 2, yo. 1, 2, yo. You want another little nugget of knowledge? I know you do. A lot of people see yo, or hear yo, when they hear like very native colloquial sounding Japanese, and it's almost like an exclamation point. So when somebody says des, is something des, they might say desu yo. It's like it's emphasizing something, it's punching it in. When you add yo to the end of a sentence, you're like punching it, you're giving it some enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying? All right. Relax with the grammar. I'm just introducing little tidbits, because when we move on later, we're going to start saying these things again. You're going to be like, oh yeah, I remember that when we were studying Hiragana. And so it's not going to be as brand spanking new to your head. There's going to be a little nugget in there ready to develop into a whole 5-piece nuggets that will be delicious. Let's move on. That was yo. And you're going to notice that's it. Ya, you, yo. So that is your hiragana for the day. If you're doing 2. If you're doing 1 column at a time, it's your hiragana for today and tomorrow. All right? And what did we say? We always throw in the old characters as we're learning the new ones, right? Don't forget to do that. That is very important. So let's go ahead and give it an old quick review of what we did today. All right? Ma. Okay. Mi. Mu. Me. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that, Valen. Mo. Your buddy Valen likes to write this one wrong. It's just going to be a fact of life. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo. And then we moved on to the next column and did ya. You. And yo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo, ya, you, yo. Ma, mi, mu, me, mo, ya, you, yo. You got it. Boom. It's that simple. So Valen, then you said we're gonna do a kanji too. Well, what are they? Well, let me show you. Up until now, we learned watashi. Right? Remember? Watashi. I or me. And we also learned hito. Remember, there's several ways to write that. Basically, this part of the stroke goes up or down depending on your style. And this is hito, right? That's person. And today, We got 2 of them. Oh, we're learning a word that uses 2 kanji live here on Valen Arc Stream. 2 kanji at a time. What happens when we have 2 kanji that equal 1 word? Well, we want to look up the stroke order, right? We want to check it out on Jisho. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you, and you might remember this, if you studied hard like a good little student that you are, back from the first lesson, possibly the second, I don't remember, this means name, right? And this is very, very easy for beginners to remember because it looks like name in Japanese as well. Namae, name. So, what are we going to do? Let's head on over here. You can type it in Romaji, or, like I said, you can type it in Japanese. And what did I say to do? If you type N-A, it will change to na. M-A will change to ma. E, it will just immediately change to e. And if you hit spacebar, and you can see it's already getting ready to turn it into namae, spacebar, it turns into namae. It's that simple. And there it is, name. Given name, first name. Yes, right. It should be first name because last name is a different, that's myoji, and there's other ways to say it. But you'll notice you can't just click it here. You have to click it over here separately for each kanji because these are separate kanji. And if we looked at them separately, you'll notice that they don't just mean name here. They actually could be used separately or as part of other kanji to mean different things. So this is where kanji starts getting a little bit confusing for beginners. One kanji on its own can mean lots of different things. When you put 2 kanji together, that's when you usually get a word that just means that one thing. And that's not always the case, so just try to keep your mind clear of what I just said, but it's usually the case. So first, let's look at the stroke order here for na. And you'll notice that old anime movie, what was it, Kimi no Na? Well, your name? Do I have to say anymore? That's why it was what it was. Stroke order here, we start up in the top here, 1, right? 1, 2, 3, and then we do a little box down here, 4, 5, 6. Okay? Let's take a look. We're gonna start slow here with na. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, na. So you might think, okay, now I go back and do my chart, blah, 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 and you throw your watashi in there somewhere, you throw your hito in there somewhere. Now, do you throw in na? I actually would not recommend doing these separately because you're trying to learn a vocabulary word here. And if you're trying to learn the word namae, these will never be separate. This is always going to be namae. So if you're trying to learn this vocabulary word, you should do them as a set. So don't go and start studying this one right now, unless you have a really hard time with it. If you do, then you can do a few of these first. But I would suggest doing this, and then looking up how to do, let's go back here, mae, which by itself just means in front or before. So hey, name in front, before, first name, that's what it is, namae. And check the stroke order for this. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then if you have to do this, hit the scroll bar here, and it'll show you the last stroke there, okay? And I will show you right now, too. Hold on. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is mai, and this is na. Namae, right? Na mai. Name. This is an important one. You want to start giving your jiko shokai, self-introduction, and we will, I mean, that's kind of what we're working towards here. So I would suggest you do these as a set when you're writing everything out. So what does that look like? You go and do your what are you doing, Valen? Blah 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 blah, and you come to yo at the end, and now you're gonna throw in namae. Are you going to be able to do it that fast first time? Probably not. Are you going to remember both of them the first time? Probably not also. That's fine. That's the point of repeating this. So if you don't remember it, after you did yo, and you came to this, and you don't remember it from the first time you practiced here, that's fine. Look at the chart, look at this, and give yourself a refresher, and then try it again. While you're looking at the chart, you should be able to do it, obviously, because it's right in front of you. And then do that whole process again. Blah, 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 blah. You get back here. And then that time, maybe you only remember nah. But at least you remember that compared to before when you didn't remember anything. And you need to look again. Okay, you look again. You look at this one. Yeah. That's how you do it. And then you do and then you do the whole process again, maybe once or twice more, and then you'll probably remember how to do it. Okay? This is going to be your first somewhat difficult one because it's a set of 2 kanji, and the second kanji has a lot of strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 strokes. It's your first 9-stroker, I think. So be kind to yourself, be calm, know that that's what's going to happen to you, and you'll be fine. You just continue on, keep repeating this, and you'll be okay. Reaper Links, hello, sorry I'm late. You're never late, Reaper Links. You show up precisely when you intend to, and for that I appreciate you. So we just went over namae. Hey, let's start combining knowledge here. So this is a bit of a review, but you should know what this is by now. You should be practicing it in your notebook. Watashi, I or me. And you should remember, remember this is hiragana. This is the possessive particle when it's used as grammar in a sentence like this. So, watashi no. Me, I or me, right? Possessive particle. So when we combine these, what do we get? My or mine. That should be a review. You should remember this. Watashi no. And then what? We can actually start using this by putting in today's 2 kanji. Today's 1 word. If we do something like this. Namae. And this was name. My name. Watashi no namae. My name. Okay? How would you go about saying my name is something, something, something? That, my friends, was back here. Remember this? We're still using it, and here's why. We're building up. I showed you this the first day so that you got an overall picture of how things look. And I said we would come back and slowly start introducing them so you understand. And here we are. So we know watashi no, and now we know namae. And the rest of it's seemingly easy, but as far as grammar goes in Japanese, you're gonna probably have a hard time with these. Like, I've introduced them like 3 times now, and I'm gonna keep doing that because they're difficult. It's a difficult concept to grasp because we don't do this in English. And by this, I mean, we just say the word is in English. So people try all sorts of different ways to explain this because there's really just no good way to explain it. I'm gonna explain it to you like this. I want this to hopefully make sense. In English, we have the word is, right? And we just say something after it. And we understand that. So for example, my name is, or whatever your name is, Valen, age 4. So that's how we do it in English, of course. And Oh my god, stop putting it behind your head, Valen. What are you doing? Move this. Move it. There we go. That's how we do it in English, but in Japanese, the is portion of a sentence is split into two parts, and whatever you're saying is comes in between it. Right? And you can see that right here. So these two parts come together to form the is. Wa and des. And whatever is comes between them. Smith would be the name, for example, right? So another way to think about this that might help you, let's do one of those little teacher tricks. Let's pretend wa and des are the bucket. The is bucket. Here's your is bucket. Whatever you want to say is, you got to put in the bucket. So we got to put Smith in the is bucket. So we're going to say, Watashi no namae, my name, wa, watashi no namae wa, we're opening the bucket, wa, Smith, des, closing the bucket. All right. Watashi no namae wa Smith desu. My name is Smith. So if you want to say your own name here, we can do this now. Do your kanji. Watashi no namae wa. That's another hiragana that you know up to now, right? Then you can go and find your name. I cannot do everybody's name, obviously. Live here on the stream, what do you think, we got 1,000,000 years? Maybe I do, but I know you do not. So what I suggest you do, go over to the chart, and we have not learned these yet. We're moving on to this chart next, but you can go over here on the katakana chart, because you already know how the chart's laid out. It's laid out exactly the same as hiragana over here. A, I, U, E, O, kaki, kuke, ko, sa, shi, su, se, so. You can go and find your name over here. You might not know the best way to change the pronunciations of your name into katakana. So if you're starting out as a beginner, you might make a mistake in that. But come on, it's a fun little exercise. You can try to figure out how to do your name. If we wanted to find, for example, the name John, J-O, Jo, and then if you hit spacebar from hiragana, it will change it into katakana in this case, and you'll see John. We haven't gone over how to combine Ji and Yo into Jo. We will be going over that later. Reaperlinks says, can you show me days 7 and 8 when you have a chance? Absolutely, Reaperlinks. We'll do that in one moment. So this is how you do your name. Just throw your name in here. And if you don't know how to write your name in Japanese yet, that's fine. Just say your name naturally. You don't have to say it with a Japanese accent. Once you're starting to feel comfortable and getting fluent in Japanese, it will naturally come out in Japanese phonetics. But until then, your name is said however you say it naturally, right? Because it's your name. Duh. So you can do it however you want. So again, let me get rid of this. Watashi no namae wa, your name. And then we end it with, what's going on here? Computer problems, there we go. Des. Okay, and you should know how to, this is te, right? Let's go back to the chart real quick. Te. But what did I tell you? If you go down here and you add ten to te, it turns into de, right? So that's all that I did there. That was the magic that just happened right there. There's nothing crazy going on. We turned te into de to say des. So here's the bucket. The is bucket. And whatever you're saying something is, you gotta put it in the bucket. Alright? Watashi no namae wa Beiren desu. Boom. Got it. Look, we've already traversed this whole chart. We can read and write it up to this point. So that is that. As we move on here, by the way, you're going to start seeing specific parts. Like, for example, this part of this character is a whole separate kanji. This is a whole separate kanji. when they're combined together like that, they're a whole separate kanji on their own. So we're going to start seeing some repeating parts of each kanji, and you're going to get really used to writing each part, and you'll see them elsewhere in other kanji as part of them too. So it's really not as cumbersome and difficult as some people imagine at first, because they see thousands of these characters, but really the parts of each character, there aren't that many of them. A lot of them repeat in different ways throughout each kanji. Like, for example, this right here, this is a kanji. This is tsuki, which means moon. It can also be getsu in the word getsuyobi, Monday. Let me show you this real quick. This is actually a good point to make right now. Let me do that in Japanese. Thank you. Tsuki. There it is. Now, if I type mae here, the second character in namae, right? And remember, this means before or in front of. You'll see tsuki there, this little character. It's right there in namae, or in mae, I should say. So anyway, the point is not that you should start making connections between these different kanji, because they're not related. But the point is that once you start learning how to do some of these strokes, you're going to see them repeat in other kanji, and then when you go to learn that kanji, it's going to become second nature for you to write that part easily. So it's not going to be as much of a burden. Let's say once you have like 50, 100 kanji under your belt, the next 50 or 100 are going to be like doubly as easy, because you're already going to know how to do the strokes for a lot of them as they come about. We'll start seeing that as we look at other kanji here, but I think this was a good example of that. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the kanji and grammar for today. If you want to practice on your own, start using watashi no something. So my something, wa something des. This is. Right? So you can start saying my something is something. And you could just insert vocabulary words. If you want to start studying vocabulary words that I'm not teaching you, you can go ahead and do that using the same method here. Go and, for example, not here. For example, go here to the dictionary and look up the word you want to start saying. My cat. All right. Everybody knows it's neko, because anime has just propelled this word into fame from day one. If you want to start writing neko, here it is. And you can go and put this back in here. You can just copy it if you want. Copy and paste. Click the kanji, and it'll show you the stroke order, and you can do it by yourself. I don't even have to teach you. I just teach you the method, and then you can do everything on your own. I'm teaching you how to fish instead of giving you a fish. All right, that's how that works. So you can go and say, for example, once you know how to say use this character, or you don't even have to use the kanji yet, you could just write it in hiragana, because that's fine too, and you know both these characters already. So you could say watashi no, actually this should have been over here. Watashi no neko wa, and then you could say something about your cat, something desu. And next stream, we will continue on learning a bit more grammar, continuing on with hiragana, and we're almost there. Look at that. We're just going to have to do 9 and 10 here, and then we're done with hiragana. We can just go back, and I'll show you how to throw these into the mix so that you can start memorizing them as well. Like I said, it's not going to take long. You're just putting tenten marks on here and saying ga instead of ka. That's how you'll study it. But we will do that next time as well. Or actually, probably the following class after this one. But that is what's coming in the future. And thank you all for tuning in again today. Thank you, Reaper Links. Everybody else who has been watching, keep those notebooks up. I love seeing the screenshots of people's notebooks, and they're all doing so well. And it makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. You know I like that. And you know I like you guys. You're all a good class. You're all a good bunch of students putting up with my BS. And I appreciate you for that. With that said, we're going to call it right there, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you next time. Take care.